Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the newly released Blu-ray for Phantasm Remastered from the folks over at Wellgo USA. A lot's been said about this release. This was a highly anticipated release. A lot of you guys probably already own this release. This is, of course, the 4K restoration of Don Coscarelli's Phantasm, championed by J.J. Abrams, and actually his company Bad Robot is responsible for this 4K restoration. So I want to talk about the movie just a little bit because I've never really spoken in depth about Phantasm on this channel. I've talked about the Phantasm 2 Scream Factory Blu-ray release. I talked about Phantasm Ravager a few weeks ago when it first came out. But I want to take a few minutes and talk about this film before I dive into this release. Now, Phantasm, in my opinion, as in so many horror fans' opinion, is a masterpiece. It is a movie with a meager budget, but with big, big ideas. And that's one of the things that I've always loved and appreciated about Phantasm is its ambition. This is not just another stock and slasher movie that a lot of us grew up with in the video store era. This is a movie with a lot more going on in it. Now, first and foremost, this movie has a great cast. Chiefly one of the best villains in horror history. One of the most underappreciated and I think undervalued villains in the horror genre as well. Right there, the tall man played by the late, great Angus Scrimm. Great horror villain, the tall man. Boy, who doesn't love the tall man? He should be right up there in the pantheon of all-time great, horror villains, with Jason, with Freddy, with Michael, with Leatherface, with the Universal classic monsters, etc., etc., etc. I also love, I love Reggie Bannister in this movie. Reggie Bannister is like one of my favorite just characters in horror, period. There's something about the Reggie Bannister character, this sort of kind of hippie guy who, to make ends meet, he's taken this job as, of all things, an ice cream man so that he can have his nights and weekends free to play rock and roll and do what he really wants to do. And it's really up to Reggie, a young boy, and the boy's brother to save the world from the tall man, who is a being from some other dimension. He comes to Earth to plunder graves and crypts. He takes the bodies of the dead, crushes them down into evil dwarfs that do his evil bidding. And he has, of course, these awesome spheres here that you see on the cover that fly around and do all sorts of really nasty, awful things to people when they get attached to them. I love Phantasm. I've loved the movie from the first time I ever saw it. It's a great horror movie. It's a great sci-fi movie. It's almost like an adventure movie as well. There's a lot of genre melding going on in Phantasm, and all that can be credited to writer-director Don Coscarelli. Now, I don't remember how old he was when he made this film, but he was relatively young, and it's a really well-made, well-executed film, which is a testament to what a good filmmaker Don Coscarelli is. Talk about another guy who's underappreciated and undervalued in the horror genre, Don Coscarelli. But I love Phantasm. I love this movie. I've seen it countless times. The ambition here, the big ideas here, I just really love. It's the kind of movie you can watch over and over again. And one of those movies, too, that you can kind of notice little things about here and there on your second or your third or your fourth, or in my case, your 10th, 11th, 12th viewing of the movie. But I can't recommend this movie any higher. If you're a horror movie fan, I don't think you can call yourself a horror movie fan, a true horror movie fan, if you've not seen and own Phantasm. And owning this version of Phantasm, Phantasm Remastered, is sort of the ultimate, the ultimate way to own this great movie. As I said, 4K restoration of the movie, championed by J.J. Abrams, who's a huge fan of the movie. His company, Bad Robot, did this restoration. First off, I love this slipcase here. Awesome cover art there. I love the fact that it's kind of metallic looking, kind of like the spheres themselves. Great look there for that slipcase. Nice little addition there on the slipcase. Great new cover art. This is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. Let's talk about the extras first before we dive into the actual restoration, the picture quality, sound quality, etc., etc. First up, we've got an extra called Graveyard Cars episode. It's about 11.5 minutes long. I'm not familiar with this series. It's called Graveyard Cars. It's about restoring old cars. In this episode, they recreate that awesome black 71 Cuda from Phantasm. Amazing, amazing car. And Don Coscarelli and A. Michael Baldwin show up and take the car for a spin, and of course they give it the old look over and make sure that it's, you know, meticulously, you know, to detail close to, you know, the car that they used in the original film. Pretty nice extra there, I have to say. We've got some vintage interviews from 1979 with Don Coscarelli and Angus Scrimm. It's about 28 minutes in length. This is a port over from the old Anchor Bay DVD. But Coscarelli discusses what inspired him to write Phantasm and how he secluded himself in a cabin to write the script. He talks about getting the film financed. He talks about what he learned from test screenings of the film, the origins of the title Phantasm, and his feelings on just the horror genre in general. Angus Scrimm discusses how he approached and developed the character of the tall man with Don Coscarelli, and Scrimm also talks about his acting past, you know, on stage and stuff, and how he brought that sort of background to play the tall man, which you can totally see it. About 28 minutes in length. Really nice interviews here. Vintage at 79, so big lapels, lots of hair. Nice interview, nevertheless. We've got some deleted scenes. We've got the 1979 original Phantasm trailer. We've got the remastered trailer. And we've got a commentary with Don Coscarelli, Michael Baldwin, Angus Scrimm, and Michael Thornberry. It's also ported over from the old Anchor Bay DVD. Really entertaining, a fun commentary. I listened to it at least 2 or 3 times on that old DVD. I listened to bits and pieces on this release, certain scenes, and really entertaining, fun commentary with those 4 guys. Now on to the picture and the sound quality. As I said, Phantasm Remastered features a new 4K restoration of the film, championed by J.J. Abrams and performed by his company, Bad Robot. Now, J.J. Abrams, of course, huge fan of Phantasm. He actually named Captain Phasma in The Force Awakens after, of course, Phantasm, and she wore that very, you know, chrome, shiny helmet as an ode to Phantasm. This release also features a new 5.1 DTS HDMA surround mix. The picture quality is really good. This was a meticulous restoration done by the Bad Robot crew. The movie looks absolutely fantastic. There's some sequences in the film that just look beautiful, is the only word that comes to mind. I've seen the film on VHS. I've seen the film on like 2 different DVD versions. And this is by far and away the best Phantasm has ever looked. This is the best Phantasm will ever look until we create 5, 6, 7K restorations, or until we're wearing some sort of VR headset and we're in the scene with Reggie, you know, and the tall man. But it looks absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. It sounds absolutely fantastic as well. I'd put the sound quality right up there alongside with the picture quality. Meticulous restoration of the film here. It looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. This is definitely the way to go. If you are a Phantasm fan, this is the way to go. You should own Phantasm Remastered. It should be in your collection. If you've not seen Phantasm, watch it immediately. I can think of no better way to introduce yourself to this great film than with this great release from the folks over at Well Go USA. Meticulous restoration. I could just go on and on about this restoration. The movie looks fantastic. Bad Robot did a phenomenal job on this restoration, and everybody's talking about the picture quality. The audio quality absolutely blew me away too. The movie sounds awesome. So this is a really good release from the folks over at Well Go USA. I'll put a link to their website in the description. Go over, check them out. But yeah, Phantasm Remastered, in my opinion, it's a must own. If you've already picked up this edition of Phantasm, please let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section below. What do you think about that new 4K restoration? What do you think about the picture quality, the audio quality, etc., etc., etc.? Let me know where you think the Tall Man belongs in the pantheon of horror icons. Let me know where you think Don Coscarelli stacks up as a master of horror in the pantheon of horror masters as well. Let me know down in the comments section below. If you liked the video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a very happy holiday season. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.